The opinions expressed by the host and guest on this program are solely their own and do not represent the views or opinions of Blind United. We strive to provide diverse perspectives and discussions on our platform, but the opinions expressed should be understood as personal viewpoints and not reflective of Blind United as an organization.
It's time. It's time for
coffee time.
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 And here is your coffee time crew.
Well, good Tuesday morning, everyone. And as always, welcome back to Coffee Time with Blind United. I got my regular crew with me today, Miss Carol and Pedro. Good morning, y'all.
Good morning. How you doing, guys?
Okay. I guess Carol's a little preoccupied. Anyway, let's talk about our interest groups tonight. We have two interest groups. Actually, it's tonight being the second Tuesday of the month. So the second and fourth Tuesday of the month are always ladies' night. So y'all ladies get yourselves together and come on out at 5 o'clock. We got a group called Makeup and Skincare, Makeup Application and Skincare with Miss Aletha Donaldson. So come on out at 5 o'clock and join in for that one. And then right behind that, we created a safe space for you ladies, what we call our ladies support group with Miss Vanetta Davis del Castillo. So again, hers is at 6 o'clock, right behind makeup and skincare. So, again, come on out and check them out, enjoy and have a space to talk for you ladies. And also before that, you can have an opportunity for those that wear makeup or want to wear makeup, trying to figure out how to wear makeup as a blind person. And I say that because of me, right? I can't imagine trying to put makeup on my face and I can't see my face. But evidently it's being done every day. And these ladies know them tricks. So come on out and pick up some tips and tricks from them on how to do all that good stuff. So anyway, hopefully everybody's having a good day. And we got some really, really, really interesting articles for you today. The first one, I can't even remember the name of it right now. It's drawing a blank. But
Navigating the
Good
conversation.
morning. Good morning, everyone. I'm sorry. I was muted, y'all.
Okay. What did it say? Navigating what, Pedro? I'm sorry. Taking control.
Navigating the, what is it? Navigating the conversation.
Right. Okay, my point. So again, all of these things are today. This one is called navigating the conversation. You know how you, speak to folks about your blindness. So check this out, and it's more about when you're, seeking employment and stuff like that. Keeping the conversation focused where you want it to be, rather than focused on, what they perceive to be, a barrier in hiring you, all that kind of stuff. So anyway, check this out and we'll talk about it on the other side.
Hey Blind United crew, grab your first cup as the Coffee Time crew gets into this first article. Title: Navigating the Conversation, Disclosure in the Workplace. One of the most personal and complex decisions a blind or visually impaired professional faces is when, and how, to disclose their disability during the hiring process and in the workplace. There is no single right answer, and the choice often depends on the specific job, the company culture, and your personal comfort level. Understanding your rights, preparing a strategy, and approaching the conversation with confidence can transform disclosure from a source of anxiety into a powerful act of self-advocacy that sets the stage for a successful and supportive career. The decision often begins with the job application and interview process. Legally, in the United States, you are under no obligation to disclose a disability until you need to request a reasonable accommodation. Many choose not to disclose on their resume or cover letter, preferring to let their qualifications speak for themselves. The interview stage presents a more nuanced choice. If you use a guide dog or a long cane, your visual impairment will be apparent. In this case, it can be an opportunity to proactively and confidently address it. You can briefly mention your tools for independence and then immediately pivot back to your professional skills, demonstrating that your disability is a part of your life, but not a barrier to your performance. If your visual impairment is not immediately apparent, you might choose to wait until a job offer is made before discussing any necessary accommodations. This strategy ensures you are being evaluated solely on your merits. When the time does come to disclose, framing is everything. Approach the conversation not as an apology or a problem, but as a straightforward discussion about the tools you use to do your job effectively. Instead of saying, "I have a visual impairment," you might say, "To perform my data analysis tasks, I use a screen reader like JAWS, which allows me to work efficiently." This positions you as a proactive problem solver who has already mastered the necessary assistive technology. It shifts the focus from limitation to capability, showing your employer that you are prepared and in control. Ultimately, the choice to disclose is yours. It's a strategic decision that should empower you. By understanding your rights, planning your approach, and communicating with confidence, you can navigate this conversation in a way that builds trust and ensures you have the support and tools you need to thrive professionally. What are your thoughts on this? We'd love to hear them. Now back to the Coffee Time crew for their thoughts.
All right. Well, I think that was a lot of great information there. Again, because most people have this predetermined, assumption of our abilities and stuff like that, right? So, they're automatically, in most cases, assuming that we can't do this, we can't do that, and so on and so forth. That's why it's very, very important to, like I say, control that direction of the conversation, right? That way you can steer them to where they may perceive your disability to be an issue because we now, are, how can I say, number one, we can't see anymore. It's not that our ears or nose or any of that stuff ever actually get better, but we just learn how to use them better. So we pay a lot more attention, right? And then, again, we're problem solvers. If anybody blind can tell you, when you're out here walking around with just a stick in your hand trying to feel your way around the planet, right? Your environment, whatever you always running into, issues and, getting twisted around and not being able to see where you're going, all this kind of stuff. It creates issues where you got a problem solve. Okay, well, wait a minute. How did I get here? I was supposed to turn right and it's not taking me where it's supposed to take me. Maybe I took a wrong right turn or something, whatever. But you learn how to problem solve. You have to highlight these things in that conversation. So, again, this is great information on, for those that are out there seeking a job on how to, refocus the direction of the conversation in the way you want it to go instead of them trying to come at you about all of these supposed limitations as to what you would be able to do. Again, so, you're showing tech skills simply by being able to use this, alternative format. Screen readers and all this other kind of stuff, right? So, again, you're showing where these things should be highlighted rather than, them thinking you can't do anything. So, like I said, I think it's a great thing. Hopefully folks will pay attention to what this article is telling them if you're out there looking for a job. And hey, like I said, direct the conversation, make your disability a plus, not a negative. So, what you got, Carol?
For me, I think that it's a plus as well. Although I'm not working anymore, to just have all of these things available when you're out there to sell yourself, it just lets people know that you're not handicapped, you're handicapable. You're able to do whatever it is that you put your mind to. You just have to kind of redescribe a lot of the things that you used to do in a different way. And it's all about words and just like, kind of like the story yesterday where you're just kind of selling yourself, even just how you do your resume, just kind of point out your assets and not, the things that you feel that they're going to always notice first. Yes, when you go in there, they'll see the cane, or if you have a service animal, or they'll see, that you may be blind, but that doesn't mean that you can't do the job. So things like that that are out there that are available, I think it's just something more to excel us further, in the journey that whoever and it's just it helps us with the journey that we're on.
Right. And just to be clear, there is no law that says we must disclose our disability on an application. Okay. So, I mean, some people say you should disclose that early. Some people say, don't disclose it till you absolutely have to. You know what? Hey, you know what? If I made it through the application process, you know what? You can find out when I come in for my interview. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. That's the way I feel about it anyway. What you think, Pedro?
Um, either or. I know people have an opinion about that, about disclosing early your disability, or disclosing at the interview. Anyways, they're gonna see your cane. But if you disclose, if you don't disclose, I mean, you show up to the interview, you can tell by the reaction how they might take it already. If you disclose an application, they might not even call you and kind of be like, "Oh, we just didn't pick up the application," maybe. Or
Right.
if you show up there and your application's put in and you see the way they're acting, and all of a sudden, oh, we I don't think you could work here and stuff like that, and because you're blind, you could start seeing the discrimination behavior. Okay, because that's starting that type of behavior, and then that's when you could challenge yourself to expand their mind and let them know verbally, like, yes, I'm capable to do these tasks. I applied for this job because I believe I can do these tasks to 100%. I might do it differently and have different tactics, but I believe I could do this. That doesn't take, and
Right.
using these tools the way we use them doesn't take away from us doing a job or doing a good job.
Mm-mm.
Yes, we do have barriers, but those barriers can be broken down, can be maneuvered through, or twisted a little. Sometimes we do need help. Some things are just not accessible. But you know, that's where we as blind individuals become problem solvers because of our disability. That's another thing we can also tell, or let them know in the interview. Since I've been a blind individual, one of my things that has I noticed that I've been better at is managing, memorizing where things are at, and different things that they will value at your workplace, at their workplace, you know.
Right. Again, because of course we cannot do things the way we used to, but finding, that, and okay, not being able to do a lot of things we used to be able to do when we had sight or whatever, right, does present a problem. But what we're very, very good at is finding how, a way to
Problem
solve
solving.
that problem. You know what
Hmm.
I'm saying? I mean,
Yeah.
well, again, I can still cook. I just can't cook the same way I used to cook. I mean, I can still, do a lot of different things. I just can't do them the way I used to do. But again, well, within our community or whatever, we shared a lot of these tips and tricks. But even, outside of that, I mean, just ourselves in our homes, before I ever knew what, another blind person, went through on a daily basis, I had to figure some of these problems out myself. I mean, like a quick little story. When I used to go out to cut my grass, my vision was failing really, really, really bad, right? So I had to cut my grass. I was okay. Well, here's my routine. I go and I got my lawnmower out, got and I went and I took the floor mats, being black, out of my car. Okay, I hung one on the brick wall down on one side of my yard, and then I put the other one on a bucket in the driveway of my yard. And I would walk from that bucket to that wall, because I could see that floor mat on the wall, right? I walk straight to it, move it over, turn around. Now I walk back towards the bucket where I could see the floor mat until I got done with the whole yard. And again, of course, I'd have my family come up. Did I do a good job? Whatever. Most of the time, I was good. I didn't leave what they call the little zebra stripes in the yard, right? Everything was cut, everything was even, and everything looked good. I solved the problem. This is what we do on a daily basis. You got to highlight that in your interviews, the fact that you are really adept at solving problems now. That is a highlight. They want that stuff. They want somebody who knows how to
Yeah.
problem solve.
And you could package it like saying, I'm a problem solver. I adapt to my new surroundings. Those type of words they like to hear within job interviews.
Yeah,
But however you take it, however you disclose your disability, there's no perfect way on how to. So, you know what I mean? There's no law if you need to. They're gonna find out regardless because of you going there physically, but it's up to you. I know some people get anxiety when it comes to these job interviews, and sometimes people go through bad experiences. And being in this disabled community, not just our blind community, but just a disabled community, period. So some people get anxiety, some people are like get a little nervous, and it's understandable. So however you take it, the way you gonna do it is is you just do it your way, because there's no correct way to do it.
right. I mean, to get all of this stuff is really, really important. So
It is, and you got to find the easiest for you.
go ahead, Kel.
Right.
Okay. Well, I mean, again, it's all about, trying to make sure that, I mean, we basically got to go in there and sell ourselves. I mean, and don't think that, we have to sell ourselves solely because we're disabled. But in today's world and the way this job market is nowadays, everybody has to sell themselves. So, because we have this disability, again, a lot of people are going to have a predetermined, opinion about what we can and cannot do. So it just makes it even more and more important for us to have to go in there and sell ourselves, right? But if you do the right thing, guess what? You got a job. And who knows? That might even be a sales job. So, you just don't know what, you got to do what you got to do to get where you want to be. So, anyway, unless you got a couple more comments on this one, Pedro, you can go ahead and hit me with a couple promos.
If you'd like to know more about Blind United, you can visit our website at blindunited.org. You can email us at info@blindunited.org. You can call us at 909-846-8825. You can follow us on Instagram at Blind United Interest Groups. You can follow us on X at Blind United 22. You can watch our YouTube channel, Blind United. You could join our Facebook group, Blind United Interest Groups, or you can follow our Facebook page, Blind United. Did you know that people in third world countries do not have access to canes? The You Cane Give initiative gives canes to people all over the world who cannot get canes. The You Cane Give initiative not only goes to these countries and gives people canes, but they give people canes and a digital recorder that is solar powered, that has instructions on how to use the cane and instructions on how to repair the cane. The You Cane Give initiative is a very worthy cause, giving canes to blind people all over the world. If you have a cane that you're no longer using, or a cane that's broken or bent, you can go to youcanegive.org and get a shipping label, and you can ship your cane to Jimmy in Tennessee, and he will refurbish it and give your cane to a blind person in a third world country. That website again is youcanegive.org.
I just want to add in that it was, again, supporting Jimmy and the You Can't Give initiative is not only a great thing to do, but I would also like to note that within the ad, it's not talking about it, but when you go to youcangive.org and you download that shipping label, bottom line, you don't have to pay for shipping. All you got to do is take it to the post office and drop it off, and Jimmy will get it, So, but either you can do that or any Blind United event, you can show up with your cane and, maybe you might get lucky and win a prize for that, right? Because we do offer door prizes, raffle prizes, I should say, for people that bring in their canes and stuff to help out Jimmy. Or you just want to do something, whatever, info@blindunited.org. Let me know what you're trying to do, and we'll make that happen for you. So this next one is actually titled The Unseen Workforce. So anyway, let's check this one out, and we'll talk about it on the other side.
Blind United crew, grab your next cup as the Coffee Time crew gets into this second article. Thriving in your career. For many in the blind and visually impaired community, the world of work can seem daunting, filled with misconceptions and perceived barriers. However, countless blind professionals are not just participating in the workforce, they are thriving as leaders, innovators, and essential team members across every industry imaginable. The key to this success lies in a combination of leveraging unique strengths, mastering assistive technology, and practicing assertive self-advocacy. Building a fulfilling career isn't about ignoring a visual impairment. It's about proving that talent, skill, and determination are the true measures of professional value. One of the most significant assets blind professionals bring to the table is a highly developed set of alternative skills. When one sense is diminished, others are often sharpened. This can translate into exceptional active listening skills, a powerful memory for details, and an enhanced ability to focus without visual distraction. These are not soft skills, they are powerful cognitive advantages in many roles. Furthermore, navigating a world designed for sight requires constant problem-solving, resilience, and adaptability. These are the very traits that employers value most in a dynamic and changing workplace. By recognizing and articulating these strengths, you can reframe the conversation around your abilities, showcasing the unique value you bring. Of course, technology is the great equalizer. Mastery of assistive tools like screen readers, braille displays, and magnification software is non-negotiable. It is the foundation upon which professional competence is built. Being an expert in your assistive technology setup allows you to perform tasks as efficiently, or even more so, than your sighted colleagues. This expertise also positions you as a valuable resource within your organization, capable of contributing to broader accessibility initiatives. It is crucial to stay current with the latest advancements, as new software and hardware are constantly emerging that can further streamline your workflow and expand your capabilities. Finally, self-advocacy is the glue that holds it all together. This means clearly and confidently communicating your needs for reasonable accommodations, educating your colleagues and managers about your workflow, and setting clear expectations. It's about building bridges of understanding, patiently correcting misconceptions, and demonstrating your capabilities through consistent, high-quality work. Thriving in a career is not about being given a special pass. It's about demanding an equal opportunity to compete and proving you can excel. By combining your unique skills with technological fluency and confident advocacy, you can build a successful and rewarding career on your own terms. What are your thoughts on this? We'd love to hear them. Now back to the Coffee Time crew for their thoughts.
Well, I like this. I like this whole day, because a lot of people in our community, they just don't have the confidence to believe that, number one, they're going to get a job. Number two, they don't have confidence in their skills to be able to do the job, right? So I mean, again, we're just trying to empower you and let you know, yes, you can do the job. It's not that easy. I'm sorry, we got to continue to sell ourselves, but you know, the blind community is a minority community, and anybody that grew up in a minority situation, they know you always got to keep proving yourself. You always got to prove yourself, to your peers, because they want to think, because you're some part of some minority or disability group or whatever, you just ain't smart enough. You ain't bright enough. You ain't strong enough. You ain't this. You ain't that. You know what I'm saying? And we have to prove to them that no, we can do this. You know what I'm saying? And by leveraging the tools that you have available to you can make it happen. I mean, again, that focus, right? I mean, again, when you're in the room in a board meeting or whatever business meeting or strategy meeting, whatever, yes, you're going to pay a lot more attention than most. You're going to, recall more of the meeting than most, right? Again, the problem solving. We talked about that earlier. I mean, there's always issues where you have to solve problems, right? This technology that we use. I mean, again, that's a plus for us, right? It allows us to, as it says, to often be able to complete tasks faster than our sighted peers. Why? Because they're sitting there searching, or whatever platform you're using on the job, or like on a web page or whatever. By us having these JAWS commands and so on and so forth, while you sitting there trying to look for a button to click or a link to click, 9 times out of 10 we can just hit a keystroke and go right straight to it. We ain't got to look. We just know how to get there, right? So all of these things are a plus. And again, you got to sell yourself. And then third and lastly, we talk about this all the time. You have got to be your own best self advocate, because if you don't believe in yourself, ain't nobody else going to believe in you. So again, just follow these rules of, these guidelines, I should say. They're not necessarily rules, guidelines. And you can mix and match them, according to how you want to do it. But bottom line, if you follow these guidelines, you're going to be successful. You're going to get you a job. And now you're going to feel like you actually have some worth. You now become a contributing member of society. You know what I'm saying? You're earning a paycheck, all this other kind of stuff. It just builds your self esteem so high just from being able to accomplish that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's amazing what it does. A simple job will really, really help people with their self esteem. So, anyway, what you got, Carol?
I
Well, I
agree
guess,
with you. I'm sorry, can you hear me?
yeah.
I agree with you. I think that it's a wonderful thing, that gives people a little bit more self-efficiency to do everything that they can. Um, it's just important. I, that's all I have to say. I'm somewhere else. I'm sorry.
That's
No,
all
go
right.
ahead. But yeah, yeah, yeah. Even a simple job can build up self-esteem. There's resources, and things like that that could prepare you for that position as well. If manning a new station could be a little daunting, getting to know their type of software they use, or what different tools or utility tools you're going to be using uh in some of these jobs. I knew someone that had to have his braille note plus a reader and multiple devices to do one job. So some people excel in certain tasks like that, but yeah, putting your skills on scene to to earn an income and to better yourself, and bring up your self-esteem as well. These guidelines are great, to follow and try to stay within and to obtain a job, because a job is means more freedom, more income, more, we uh have restraints in per se on what we can hold on to and save and other things like that, but when you're working and making your own income, you're able to maneuver more. You probably have more more income to do more things and stuff like that. Be more independent as well.
Right, right, right. I mean,
Hmm.
again, it's all a plus, right? I mean, all of this stuff. I mean, again, is we're putting it out here to build your confidence. We're trying to show you that what a lot of people may perceive, as being something that's going to prevent you, you're showing them that no, I'm not going to let that barrier stand in my way. With these tools I have right here in my toolbox, I can do your job. You know what I'm saying? Plus, I mean, like Pedro was saying, some of these platforms that people are using, uh, they might be a little daunting to try to figure out, whatever, right? But believe it or not, there's actually help for that, right? Rehab will send somebody there to help you learn to navigate that program so that you can do your job a lot more efficiently. I mean, they're not going to be there with you forever, but they'll be there long enough to make sure you understand how to navigate it, right? I mean, there's help out there for us. I mean, again, use it, take advantage of it. It's there for a reason, right? Because we've had to deal with a lot of this stuff. A lot of people don't recognize the fact that there's so much stuff in, not only on the planet, but, I'm speaking about here in America where we are, right? We're supposed to be the richest country in the world, the freest country in the world, all this kind of stuff. But yet, these people don't realize that, there's limitations that they're putting out there. There's barriers that they're putting in our way because they're not creating the software and platforms and all this other kind of stuff to be accessible for us. That's again where your advocacy comes in, so but we can make it happen. It just depends on how bad you want it, right? I mean, if you're sitting around, you're cool with living on a fixed income, hey, you know what, go ahead with it. If that's the way you want to live your life. I mean, again, I'm not knocking it, but I'm just saying, once you get out, you get a job, you get a lot more, freedom. You get more income where now you can, upgrade your lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? You got chance for, growth, right? And moving up the ladder and whatever, getting raises and all this stuff, where, I mean, I'm not saying that don't happen with, assistance, but again, what, I don't know, you want to sit around and wait on the little 2.5% cola that they're going to give you once a year, or you want to go out there and get on a job and show these people that you can do that job. Maybe you start that job at $20 an hour. Who knows? Maybe by the end of the year, you might be making 25, 30. You may excel just that far. You're not going to get that kind of a bump, dealing with, assisted income, assistance, public assistance. So again, I say, man, go for it. You know what I'm saying? The public assistance ain't going nowhere. You can always come back to it if, for whatever reason, you happen to not succeed. But the point is, don't never give up. Even though you may not have succeeded this time, maybe you didn't succeed the next three times, but don't give up. Keep trying because it's going to improve your life so much. It's going to improve your own self worth so much that, you know what I'm saying? Those rewards right there are worth, a lot of money right there. You know what I'm saying? I mean, of course, it's not actual money you can take to the store and spend, but just having that confidence in yourself and feeling so much better about yourself and less stress in your life and all this other kind, all that stuff is a plus. I mean, it's a big time plus. So, I mean,
Yeah, yeah, it is, and having mini goals and self goals as well. Go up getting a job, even if the job was not a right suit for you, you completed and got a job. It's nothing wrong with going back to the drawing board if that job did not fit and applying for a different job that might fit better. You might found out something within that experience that you now know and can make a better choice, on your next upcoming endeavor, if if that is what you're going for. um sometimes you have to look around and continue searching. Sometimes the first job won't be the permanent fit for you.
Right.
Hmm.
Exactly. I mean, again, it's always going to keep changing. I mean, one important thing you might want to consider, figure out what it is you want to do. Okay, is that something you really, I mean, because if you like doing something, you're going to do a much better job of it, right? So don't go out there looking for a job just because, you oh well, everybody I know in the blind community, they're massage therapists and yada yada yada. Okay, well, if you don't like putting your hands on other people, don't go get that job, right?
Right.
Get a job that you like to do, and then that way you're going to excel in that job. You're going to take the extra effort to learn what it's going to take to get that job done, right? All of these things play into it, so don't just take whatever they're trying to hand you, or, no, don't do all that. Be an advocate. No, I don't want that job. I want this job. If you're dealing with rehab right now, don't let them guide you in a direction they want you to go in. Have them set you up to go in a direction you want to go in. You know what I'm saying? Get the training to do what you want to do, not what they want to do. They are not the masters of your life. You are. You need to stand up. You need to let them know what you want to do within your life, and you want them to create a path for you to achieve the goal that you set, not the goal that they set. I mean, it's very, I mean, it sounds like it's really, really hard. And sometimes it could be. But again, it's about your life, not their life. This is
That's
not
right.
their life. They not going to be out there, doing piecework, sitting there at a table, putting little individual pieces together, getting paid by each piece you assemble, whatever. I don't want to do all that. You know what I'm saying? Come on now, let's do what we want to do. Let's show them that we out here living our best life. That's what this is all about. Trying to make sure that we have a life that we want to have. And we're living it. We're doing it. We're out here. We're walking the streets. Whether it be with our cane, whether it be with our guide dog, whatever the case may be, we going to the job. We getting up every morning just like everybody else. It might be a little harder for us to get there, but we guess what? We there, right? And we in there. We doing our job. The focus thing. Think about this. You sitting in a cubicle, you know what I'm saying? All this other kind of stuff. You hear and see all kind of distractions are going on around the office, whatever. Within our community, most of us we're not paying attention to that. Plus, chances are, because of our screen readers, they're going to require us to wear headsets, right? So now we kind of block out that other side. We're totally focused on the task at hand. We're totally focused on doing the job that they put in front of us that day or whatever our job may be, right? We're not distracted by, other sounds and people walking by and, all this other kind of stuff. No, focus on what you're doing, get that done. You know what I'm saying? When it's break time, go take your break, hang out in the, in the break room or whatever you do. When it comes time to go back to work, go back, put your headphones on and focus. Okay. So I guess what my request is right now, focus on what it is that you want to do. Then focus on how you're going to get there. So, I mean, that's my advice. So,
It's important. I mean, what you say right is right. We have so much more to give, and we are more focused because we don't pay attention to all of that chatter and to see who passed my office or who passed my cubicle and this, that, or the other. So it just makes things a whole lot easier uh, to find something that you enjoy so that you want to get up every morning and go and show what it is that you can access to the team. You may be the only
Right,
person that's non-visual, but you can show them the determination, the detail orientation, just the skill that you have by just doing your best. And it said something to visual people to where
right,
they'll understand the way that you do your job.
right. So, with all that being said, again, man, you got to do you. You got to do you. So, anyway, we right at that time spot. So, Pedro, my brother, if you don't mind, hit me with a couple more promos. Did you know Blind United offers free training in assistive technology? We call them interest groups. We offer training in JAWS, NVDA, iPhone, iPad, as well as Meta Ray-Bans. We also have groups like support group, cooking groups, and crafting groups. There are also groups for entertainment like movie night and RS game night. For more information about all the interest groups that we offer, just email us at info@blindunited.org or visit our Facebook group, Blind United Interest Group. We would love to have you be part of the Blind United crew.
Have you ever wondered what it's really like to be blind? Ever wanted to ask questions but held back, afraid of offending? Blind United invites you to replace that fear with fun, learning and connection at our 4th annual walk. A mile in my shoes challenge. Join us Saturday, October 11th from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. at Wayfinder Family Services, 50 Angeles, Vista Boulevard, Los Angeles. Experience everyday tax blindfolded, like pouring a cup of water. Try assistive technology like screen reader computers and iPhones. Get a hands-on braille lesson and discover how independence is built every day. Smile, laugh, and learn alongside the blind community. No pressure, just pleasure. Help us build bridges, close gaps, and make connections. Walk a mile in my shoes and see the world in a whole new way.
Man, I love that. Again, I want to put this challenge out there right now for those, since we're talking about working, and all this other kind of stuff. I'm going to put this challenge out there. For every blind person out there in the Southern California area that has a job, challenge your employees, challenge your coworkers, right? Bring them out to the Walk a Mile event. Let them see what it is to live life in your shoes, right? I trust you. When you get back to the job Monday morning, they're going to have a newfound appreciation for your life and what it takes for you to show up every day, just like they do. Trust and believe that part. So anyway, this whole day is focused on, excelling in the workplace and all that kind of good stuff. So check out this last article and we'll finish up on the other side.
Hey Blind United crew, grab your last cup as the Coffee Time crew gets into this 3rd article. The spirit of entrepreneurship. While many blind and visually impaired individuals find success within traditional employment, a growing number are choosing a different path, entrepreneurship. Forging your own path by starting a business offers an unparalleled level of autonomy, allowing you to build a career that is perfectly tailored to your skills, passions, and accessibility needs. The entrepreneurial journey is a demanding one, requiring resilience, creativity, and a strong vision, but for many, The rewards of being your own boss and creating something from the ground up provide a profound sense of empowerment and fulfillment. One of the most compelling reasons for a visually impaired person to pursue entrepreneurship is the ability to design your own accessible work environment from day one. Instead of requesting accommodations from an employer, you are the one who chooses the technology, designs the workflow, and sets the standards. This eliminates many of the systemic barriers that can exist in conventional workplaces. Whether you're a writer, a consultant, a craftsperson, or a tech developer, you have the freedom to select the tools and methods that allow you to be your most productive self, without needing to justify your choices to anyone. The modern digital landscape has made entrepreneurship more accessible than ever. With an accessible computer, a good internet connection, and a powerful idea, you can run a global business from your own home. E-commerce platforms allow you to sell products without needing a physical storefront. Social media provides a direct line to your customers for marketing and feedback. Countless online tools for accounting, project management, and communication can be operated effectively with screen readers. This digital infrastructure levels the playing field, making the operational side of running a business far less dependent on site than it was even a decade ago. Of course, the journey is not without its challenges. Access to startup capital can be a hurdle, and networking in a way that is effective for a blind individual requires strategic thinking. However, numerous resources exist to support entrepreneurs with disabilities, from government programs to nonprofit grants and mentorship organizations. Building a strong network of fellow entrepreneurs, both blind and sighted, is crucial for sharing advice, finding collaborators, and staying motivated. The spirit of entrepreneurship is about seeing a need and creating a solution, and that is a skill the blind community has in abundance. It's about independence, innovation, and the courage to build your own future. What are your thoughts on this? We'd love to hear them. Now back to the Coffee Time crew for their thoughts.
Well, I absolutely love this last one. Again, my hat goes off to every blind entrepreneur out there that has taken the bull by the horns and they've created their own environment, their own business. You know, they live in life according to their rules, right? They making it happen. I mean, quite as Skip, that's exactly what we're doing here at Blind United. You know what I'm saying? We stepping out there. I mean, again, we're trying to build and grow. Like it says, find the funding and stuff like that is not readily, available. I mean, we can get it, but I mean, you wouldn't imagine the type of hoops we got to jump through to get it. But bottom line, we stepped out there. Okay, you know what? We're going to take a chance. We're going to make this happen, and we're making it happen right now. I mean, everybody that is involved with Blind United, doing all the things that we do, I am so grateful. Everybody's volunteering, but what we are now, blind folks from the community helping other blind folks within the community. I mean, again, that's what our mission is. We're going to continue to do that. Because training is so expensive and all these other kind of great things. What are we doing? We're trying to do everything we can to make sure that we can continue to provide these services to you guys for free. For free. Okay? I mean, again, you're not going to find that out there a lot. I mean, I'm not going to say that there's not some training out there you can get for free, but, again, not only that, the training that they have out there, 9 times out of 10, it's a lesson, right? You don't get a whole lot of, one-on-one interaction, even though we are operating within our interest groups for a lot of this training. We make it a point to connect with each and every one of you when you have an issue, whenever you're faced a barrier you can't get past. Our job is to help you get past that barrier, because now that one is no longer a barrier. Now you can move on until you discover something else. So again, that's what we're trying to do. Again, please don't forget, we could always use your help. www.blindunited.org. Go to that donation page, and no matter what you donate, it will be greatly appreciated. Or you can, purchase one of our T-shirts and get something for your donation, right? But now you also helping us build our brand. You're showing people our name. You're putting it out there for us, who we are. And when people say, okay, well, who is Blind United? Now you have an opportunity to tell people who we are, and maybe they might have an extra $1 million they want to donate. Who knows? So anyway, what you got, Carol?
I mean, that's wonderful. I mean, it is true. Blind United, I mean, has just drawn me in. It's about, building bridges and closing gaps and making connections. And the connection that I've made from here in Texas to California, you all have just become my family. And the interest groups, you're right. I mean, after working for 32 years, I don't qualify for a lot of the stuff that's out there that's supposedly free. It takes a little while to get on this list or to be able to get this training or that training, but I can just jump on Blind United's wagon and I'm learning, the iPhone. I'm learning how to figure out a few feelings in the social group. I'm learning, how to advance technology with AI. I'm learning how to do my Meta Ray bands, all of these things that you all offer. So even though there are some things down here that Texas offers, I'm not going to discount anything that's out there that's available, but I'm finding being an entrepreneur, it's always a lot of things that are floating around in my head, but I see it's going to be a challenge for me because I'm trying to multitask right now. I'm out in the real world trying to live my best life, and I can't control the crowd or anything behind me, so you all please forgive me not jumping in and cutting off, but I was trying to multitask. I was invited to breakfast and I knew it was around the same time I had to get on live, but the dedication of just blind workers, and I'm not a worker or anything, it's just something that I enjoy doing, and I'm grateful that I'm able to just reach out to so many people and let them know that all around the world, blind unites people, and you can learn so much just from any platform that's out there. So if you can donate, I'm rocking the t-shirts down here in Texas, and I'm telling y'all they fly. You need to get you one. But anything that you can do to help any platform that's making things available free of charge,
I
that
think we
easy, and be able to interact with everything, that's even better, y'all. So do what you can.
right. Right quick, before we get to you, Pedro, Tisha popped in and said hello, good morning. And Daniel, my brother up in Idaho, he says, man, he just loves what you're doing with these jingles, Pedro. He said he loves your music, my brother. So, again, we're going to keep pushing that kind of stuff as well.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, yeah, volunteering for Blind United and able to share my skills with people in the blind community that need help. It, it brings some happiness to me to able to put back some energy into the community and help out. Donating my time. I know sometimes I'll be like almost on an advanced user level and stuff. But I try to simplify a lot of this stuff. Um, just like how when I do jingles, I kind of simplified it for myself without losing quality. Upbringing the quality as well. So
Uh,
things that I do that I find like on the iPhone, I bring to you guys. For example, little shortcuts and stuff like that. And in my upcoming class, that is upcoming on the third week, I'm gonna
that'll be
show.
next Wednesday.
Yeah, that'll be next Wednesday. I'm gonna show how to put these AI features into your shortcut app. In your shortcut app, for example, you could have a shortcut to ChatGPT, one to Gemini, but not just to open the app, to go into the whole conversation mode. So all you got to
But
do
you
is one
always
tap
make
and
it
boom.
easy, Pedro. I mean, you're a good
You know.
teacher. You always make it easy and accessible. You open it for questions to where I don't always feel like such a dummy. It's just the way that you bring it up. It's nice how you do the classes. I really enjoy them.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I mean, and again, thank you again, Pedro. I mean, but it also just shows, that we're trying to cover all the bases, right? I mean, we got, basic, technology, iPhone for beginners. We got basic JAWS. And then, then we got, introduction to, AI. You know what I'm saying? We got, the getting the most out of your Meta Ray Bans. And then again, where Pedro really, really shines at is in his advanced technology. Again, a lot of it has to do with the iPhone and stuff like that. But again, he's on a more advanced level than most folks, and we do have folks that are at that level. You know what I'm saying? So, and they come into some of the other groups as well, just to be able to help out, right? But bottom line, we cover everything.
Yeah,
Okay,
it all connects together. Like for example, like I was talking about how to jump into the voice feature of ChatGPT easy with one press of a button on your home screen or wherever you want to place it. But once you jump into that AI, our AI for beginners class kicks in. Now you know a little bit of prompting. Now you know what you can do with it because you have been attending our class. Or I I go over like the Meta AI application and stuff like that. Now you could tell it how to edit your video and where to cut and stuff like that. But that class and that iPhone class coincides with our Ray-Bans Meta class, on how to take
right,
videos, how to prompt the AI, how to do this and that. So all our classes comes together just like right now. We have ladies night, and ladies night involves two different classes, but it's ladies night. They go together, you know.
Right.
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 So we have
And,
different technologies and different things that we do.
Right, and then again, like you said, we got a couple different support groups. We got one just a general support group that everybody's welcome, and then we got one just for the ladies. We got if you're into hobbies like crafting and knitting or jewelry making, we got a group for that. If you just want to come back and hang out, maybe you want to learn a new language. Carol's learning how to speak Spanish really, really well. We got a
See,
group called Let's Talk Spanish, right?
that's right. That's
Uh,
right.
we got our movie night. We do that every Friday night. We get a descriptive movie. Everybody gets together. They get their little snacks and beverages and stuff together, and we just chill and listen to a descriptive movie. Every now and then we get together and we play RS Games. For those that don't know what RS Games is, it's a platform that actually has transformed all of the board games and stuff that we've grown up with, as well as the more modern board game. But bottom line, they're there, they're available. We can get on there and play these games together. Matter of fact, I'm about ready to challenge people to Monopoly. Come on in, challenge. I challenge you to come into RS Games and beat me at Monopoly. Okay, I mean, I really
That
do.
one's too long. What about Yahtzee?
Well, I mean, they can all be long, just depending on how many people are playing. But again, we're going to work something out. We're going to create some challenges. We're going to get some people out there. We're going to offer something. Maybe a T-shirt. Blind United T-shirt. For whoever might win. Maybe we're playing Uno tonight. Maybe we're playing Yahtzee. I mean, again, I said Monopoly. Why? Because that's my favorite game, right? That's the one I like to play. So, anyway, I got I've got over 300 wins on Yahtzee, just so you know, since I first started using RS games. But anyway, all of these things are available to y'all for free. All of these, a lot of these things within here, they're going to help you, up your skill game. You know what I'm saying? They're going to help you become more, capable of doing the task at hand. And then, like I said, we got these other groups that are going to help you with your mental health. You know what I'm saying? These support groups and stuff like that. Believe it or not, even crafting helps you with your mental health. It just helps you relax, right? And then we got the social groups, like I say, the movie. I mean, we sit and laugh and joke, playing, talking mess with one another, playing the RS games and stuff like that. So, again, we're a family over here. And that's what we're trying to do. We're just trying to make it, available to everybody. So, anyway, run that stuff while I'm getting to this button, Pedro.
All right. Yes, guys. So, once again, thank you for joining us in this coffee time episode. And if you believe this content had good worth, good tips, good and can help another individual, even if it's sighted or blind, like, subscribe, and share. You know, we're on Facebook, we're on YouTube, all that good stuff. Drop a comment. Let us know you're down there, just with a simple hi. You know, and we'll give you a shout out. You know, when we're on our live, when we can. If you post it live, because sometimes going back is, you know, we have a lot of work. But we appreciate you for tuning in, having a cup of coffee or tea or whatever it may be. You know, I already have my coffee, but thank you for coming, even our participants that come into our groups, even you guys as for listeners and supporting by listening. Thank you again, you know, and we wouldn't be here, you know, without you guys, without an audience, we wouldn't be here.
Amen to that. Amen to that. So on that note, my brother said it very well, and there's nothing else I can add to that other than the fact that, guess what? We'll be back tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. So y'all enjoy the rest of your day, and come back and join us again tomorrow. We'll talk to you then.